Most men will never hear this, but if you master these 7 things, she will obsess over you, not because you're rich or good looking, but because you've tapped into something 99% of men don't even know exists. If you've ever wondered why she ghosts one guy and can't stop thinking about another, this video will explain everything. Let's dive in. Number 1. Unpredictable presence. Most men are painfully predictable, always available, always responding immediately, always showing their entire hand at once. But when something is completely predictable, the brain stops paying attention to it. When you become a constant, you become invisible. Instead, be present, but unpredictable. Sometimes you're fully engaged, giving her your complete attention, making her feel like the only person in the world. Other times, you're busy building your empire, focused on your purpose. This creates what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement, the most powerful form of behavioral conditioning known. It's why gambling is addictive. You never know when the next reward is coming, when your presence is unpredictable but always high quality. Her brain starts craving you, wondering about you, trying to figure you out. This isn't about playing games. It's about having a life so full and purpose-driven that your attention becomes valuable. Be unreachable at times. Not because you're trying to manipulate her, but because you're genuinely focused elsewhere. When you do give her attention, make it count. Be fully present. Put the phone down. Listen like she's the most fascinating person you've ever met. This contrast is intoxicating. Number 2. Emotional leadership. Women are drawn to men who can navigate emotional landscapes without getting lost in them. Most guys do one of 2 things. They either shut down emotionally or they become emotional sponges, absorbing and amplifying her feelings. Both are weak positions. Emotional leadership means you acknowledge her feelings without being controlled by them. When she's upset, you don't panic. You don't try to fix everything immediately. You don't get defensive. You remain the eye of the hurricane, calm, centered, understanding. Say she's stressed about work. Instead of offering solutions right away or dismissing her concerns, you might say, "That sounds intense. Tell me more about what you're dealing with." You listen. You understand. Then, you guide the emotional temperature back to stability. This creates a powerful dynamic where she feels both heard and protected. She knows her emotions won't destroy you. You can handle her at her most vulnerable. That level of security is rare, and it's something she'll come back to again and again. Number 3. Calibrated challenge. Here's something most men miss completely. Women don't want easy. The things we value most are the things we have to work for. That's human nature. When you're too agreeable, too available, too eager to please, you communicate low value. Instead, create gentle friction. Challenge her thinking, tease her playfully, hold firm on your boundaries. If she suggests a restaurant you don't enjoy, don't just go along with it. Suggest an alternative. If she expresses an opinion you disagree with, engage with it rather than nodding along. This isn't about being difficult. It's about being real. It communicates that you have standards, that your approval has weight because it's not freely given. When she wins your genuine approval, it means something because she had to earn it. This creates a cycle of positive tension and release that keeps her engaged and invested. Remember, the chase doesn't end when the relationship begins. It evolves. Number 4. Narrative tension. Every great story has unresolved tension. It's what keeps you turning the pages. Most men reveal everything about themselves immediately. There's no mystery, no unfolding narrative. The master of attraction understands how to create narrative tension. This doesn't mean being fake or secretive. It means allowing your complexity to be revealed gradually. When she asks about your past, don't dump your entire life story on her. Share meaningful pieces, leave threads she can pull on later. When she discovers something new about you 3 months in, 6 months in, a year in, it reignites the same neurochemical pathways as early attraction. Every woman wants to feel like she's on an adventure with you, not reading a wiki page about you. Let her discover you layer by layer. The man who is still revealing new dimensions years into a relationship never grows stale in her mind. Number 5. Skilled touch. Physical touch is a language. Most men are speaking it with all the subtlety of a drunk tourist shouting in a foreign country. The touch that makes a woman obsess is calibrated, intentional, confident, but never presumptuous. It creates micro moments of connection and withdrawal that build anticipation. The light touch on the small of her back as you guide her through a doorway. The lingering handhold that breaks just before it becomes expected. The full embrace that makes her feel simultaneously desired and protected. Master the art of escalation and de-escalation, creating waves of physical tension rather than a straight line. Your touch should communicate without words. I want you, but I don't need you. A woman will replay a perfectly timed touch in her mind for days, while forgetting an entire evening with someone who doesn't understand this dynamic. Remember, it's not about how much you touch her, it's about the intention and attention behind each moment of contact. Number 6. Compelling vision. A man without direction is fundamentally unattractive, not because women are materialistic, but because humans are purpose-driven creatures. We want to be part of something meaningful, something growing, something with momentum. When you have clear vision for your life, whether that's building a business, creating art, improving communities, or any authentic purpose, it creates gravity. She can feel the pull of your direction, the certainty of your movement. Share your aspirations, not as boasts, but as invitations to witness your journey. When you talk about your goals, your eyes should light up. Your energy should shift. It should be contagious. This isn't about money or status. It's about passion and direction. A man building something meaningful with his hands in a garage can be infinitely more attractive than a rich man drifting through life without purpose. She wants to know that your life is moving somewhere compelling, with or without her. That creates the ultimate question in her mind. How do I become part of this journey? Number 7. Authentic validation. The most powerful form of desire comes from feeling truly seen. Not just physically appreciated, but deeply understood. Most men compliment the obvious: looks, outfit, smile, surface level, expected, forgettable. The man who creates obsession notices what others miss. You observe her unique qualities, her specific forms of intelligence, the subtle ways she navigates the world that make her different. Then you acknowledge these qualities, not as flattery, but as recognition. I noticed how you handled that situation earlier. The way you found common ground between those two perspectives, that's rare. The detail you pick up in stories. You don't just hear what people say, you hear what they mean. When you validate the qualities she secretly prides herself on, but rarely gets acknowledged for, you create a connection that feels fated. She thinks, he sees me, really sees me. This creates emotional intimacy that physical attraction alone never could. These 7 elements work in harmony. They reinforce each other, creating a compound effect greater than the sum of its parts. Number 1. Unpredictable presence creates mystery. Number 2. Emotional leadership creates safety. Number 3. Calibrated challenge creates respect. Number 4. Narrative tension creates curiosity. Number 5. Skilled touch creates physical craving. Number 6. Compelling vision creates admiration. Number 7. Authentic validation creates profound connection. Together, they form an unbreakable psychological bond. But here's the thing: most men miss. This isn't about techniques or tactics, it's about becoming a certain kind of man. A man who understands human nature, who moves through the world with intention, who creates meaning rather than consuming it. When these behaviors flow naturally from who you are, that's when they're most powerful. So ask yourself, which of these elements are already part of who you are? Which need development? The journey of becoming this man isn't just about making women obsess over you, although that will happen. It's about stepping into your full power as a man. And when you do that, her obsession is simply the natural response. This is the difference between the men who are chosen and the men who are forgotten. The choice is yours.